So like, yo, what's up, y'all? So brand new episode, different type of episode of Eli's Viewpoint. I say call this the healing episode. As of late, you know, we've been teaching on, you know, improving your life, improving your wealth, but I've been more on my health bag, and one of the reasons why I have the hair cap on right now is because basically I came out the St. Pete, tapped in with somebody I met like a couple years ago, who's actually a hair loss specialist as well as a hair rejuvenation specialist. So I don't necessarily have those issues, but I do have like excessive dandruff and a lot of other issues that I've been dealing with for years. And I actually finally met a person who actually can help my problems. So definitely going to showcase her, as well as her actually doing my hair in real time, as well as having a real deal conversation and all. So what we have here today, we have Akilah.
Hey, yo, how are you guys? So we have a few goodies here that we will be treating Eli's scalp with. These are a few of my seasonal goodies. So yeah, let's get started.
And that's a pure what, moisturizer?
Yes, this line is Purify and Moisture. We have the soap bar here that has the turmeric and can we like, is this live?
Yeah, this live.
Oh shit!
Yeah, we live.
Oh, I wasn't ready.
We can
Okay.
chop it up.
All right. See this, so I can't do it.
So we got the soap. What does the soap do?
So this is the unscented. So this is packed with herbs that will combat with that dry, flaky, excessive flakiness and help hair your scalp. It has a lot of herbs that I cannot pronounce, so we just not even gonna try. But this is something that I use for those who have really sensitive scalps. The base of it is goat milk soap base and also oatmeal soap base for both. And this is my ultimate favorite. It has eucalyptus and jasmine in it, along with turmeric, zinc oxide, grapefruit extract. So all the great things that will help heal his scalp, because we have to also understand that your skin is your scalp and we can't separate the two. So this is a total body wellness brand. We also have the oil, and this is also it has jasmine, walnut oil, aloe vera, castor oil, coconut oil, grapeseed oil, orange blossom oil. So it's very, very moisturizing. And this is the treatment that we have to help him get rid of that consistent, reoccurring, dry and flaky scalp.
Okay, and what is this?
And this is the mask, the lemon milk mask. So it helps with the inflammation. I saw a bit of red spots and some inflamed areas that were still active. So this will help calm that down and also soothe it. It has apple cider vinegar in it, so it's going to help balance the pH in your scalp.
Okay. And so before we even started recording, you had like this serum?
Yes, so it is the Invigorate cleanser. I use it a lot for like a pre-poo to lift up that softly, do like a gentle lift of the scalp areas of the scalp that are very dry and have like dry patches. So a lot of times we like to take a comb and like scratch it out, but that further irritates those areas, and also you can risk damaging the follicle. So we always want to have like a gentle approach to when we are treating our scalps, and that starts with the products that we use. So the Invigorate cleanser has peppermint, red clover, it has a base of tapioca, coconut milk. All the things are very soothing and that we can also consume. We can also eat these things. So if you can't eat your hair products, you gotta get rid of them.
Okay, all right, well, let's go ahead and get into it. Officially in the chair.
All right, so after doing the Invigorate cleanser, we wanted to keep that moisture on his scalp. So we don't keep that scalp moist so that we can continue to cleanse. So we're gonna start with the cleansing bar, which is infused with witch hazel, turmeric, goat's milk, oatmeal, milk base, soap base, jasmine, eucalyptus, coconut oil, and of course these things are great for skin. So just think of treating your scalp like your skin. You want to smell it?
Yeah, no, that smells good.
Hey. Yeah, so as we were lifting lifting some of that excessive dryness off of his scalp, it got a little in his locks, but no worries. We're just gonna start going into it with using that.
What got you in the hair, what got you in the hair rejuvenation, and then also what got you into, like, I guess, the health and wellness industry?
When I got into wellness, it was because I had cystic acne, reoccurring cystic acne that I didn't understand why it kept occurring. I would get really bad breakouts to the point like the zits would be on my face for weeks, and then once they like went away, I had like permanent scarring, hyperpigmentation. I was literally like 2 shades darker. So when I finally realized that I can control my breakouts through conscious eating, I started to, I went vegan for a few months to just detoxify my system and just reset my entire body. And when I started to realize that minimized my breakouts, then I went into trying to figure out exactly what I can use on my face that would help heal what had occurred from those breakouts over the years. And that was a journey within itself. And it wasn't until I created Nyuki oil, and I actually, and this is a really messed up story, but everything happens for a reason. And
right.
So when I first made the oil, I didn't know what it did. I was just saying that it was a hair growth serum because, of course, like that was the thing, that was a trend. But then as a hairstylist, I made like the worst decision, and usually I don't go against like my professional judgment, but in this instance I was feeling myself, obviously, and I ended up doing a chemical service on a client, and her hair actually fell out over time. And this was around the time that I made the oil, and I actually did like a service on her that like a glue-in that further made her hair come out, and that was so devastating. But she trusted me, and I appreciate her for doing that, because that's when I learned what my hair oil could do. And that was like a journey within itself, because from that, like, I started actually being intentional about the other products that I made as well. I mean, people love the oil so much that they was like, you need to make a shampoo and conditioner. And I'm like, okay, so now y'all telling me I gotta go back in the lab. So it took me to make the oil, it took me about 3 months of research and market research, 3 months. And then 6 months of like formulation to get it like perfectly formulated so that it exceeds shelf life. So that's another thing. My products don't have to be refrigerated, because that's how I wanted it. I noticed that when I went to different natural skincare, hair care businesses, that they always wanted me to refrigerate everything.
Right.
And I hated it, because I was just like, I'm not gonna remember it's in the back of my fridge. And so that part, I just wanted, there was a few things that I just wanted to just like focus on. And the shelf life, so the oil shelf life is like 6 months.
Okay.
And that was told to me by a client, because he had it and he was like, the potency of it kind of starts to, you know, like go down. So it's really good to listen to like customer feedback, because they will always tell you how to improve your product.
Right.
Yeah, so that was great for me.
So like, are you how would problems like, you know, hair loss, excessive dandruff, and just all things that have to do with the health of your scalp. What does that tie back to?
It ties back, the root of it is what you are, what you eat. So a lot of times we don't realize that we have digestive issues based on the hormones that they pump into our meat. Right. Even the pesticides that they put on our fruits and vegetables. With mass production, you can never know like if your vegetables is coming from a place where 5 miles down they have like a whole pig operation. I watch so many documentaries where they literally have a pool of like animal waste, and then 5 miles down they have a whole like lettuce farm. So like we have to definitely be mindful of where we source our food when we're buying groceries. And then also we have to sensitize our bodies. So with that, I always let people know to do a detoxification process where you completely cut out meat and only eat fruits, vegetables, legumes, seeds. I mean, anything that you can grow from the ground, or you can put a seed in the ground and it'll prosper into something else that you can eat. And you do that for 6 months to reset your entire body, and from there you can actually know like what ails your body, what makes you bloat, what makes you gassy. And so that's where I started, and I found that I would say every 3 months I do a detox with my body, and I'll eat like only plant-based, right. Just to keep my body in a I would say sensitized state, so I'm not ignoring my symptoms. I mean, mucus is a symptom, congestion is a symptom, inflammation, if your back hurts, is a symptom. If you have headaches, is a symptom. I mean, we desensitize our bodies so much with the things that we called food, that we don't realize that we're not paying attention, and then it escalates to being full-blown diseases, such as scalp disorders, blood disorders, just overall anything that we feel as though is hereditary. There's no such thing. We all have different genes. Nothing is hereditary. It's a generational curse of bad eating.
Heavy on the I feel like that's very hits close to home for the people in the black community, for sure.
For sure, yeah.
Like I have like several family members. All they do is eat pork.
Ooh, child.
Freaking don't work out. Never worked out a day in their life. Don't take care of their health.
Yeah.
Got diabetes, on 50 different pills.
Oh my goodness, it's the pills for me. I can never. I mean, and if we're going back, of course, I'm a woman of faith, so if you read in scripture, like there's certain meats that are unclean and that are clean for a reason. And if we go back to like watching documentaries and how they keep the pigsty, like the pigsties are disgusting. The animals, the chickens, all of them are literally like waddling in their own feces and their own pee, and then they're pumping in with hormones, and they can't even stand on their own 2 feet. And so when we go into the grocery store and we see like little chicken wingettes, and then we see these big chicken breasts, and we're like, why is there so much fat and so much skin around it? It's because that's inflammation. These animals are literally dying the same way that we die, and the difference is they're being pumped with hormones, and we're being pumped with whatever secretions that comes from their body being diseased. And that's another thing, dis-ease. That's where it comes from, when your body is dis-eased.
Okay, that's hard.
Yeah. So yeah, I always, like, whenever I do, I also read blood chemistry reports.
Okay. So
if someone has like reoccurring symptoms, I'm like, okay, if the products are not working and you're doing the plant-based, you're eating plant-based, and it's still you're still seeing those symptoms, we have to understand why it's still doing that. So the blood always tells you what's going on with your skin, your hair, your body, whatever is going on. Blood says everything. I mean, just like scripture, blood is sacred. So if you're going to be giving blood, at least learn how to read your blood chemistry report so that you can be your own healer.
I need. You're definitely telling me I need to go get my blood checked.
Yeah, we should do it for a reason. Like I said, blood is sacred, so you don't just want to give your blood in vain. You want to be intentional about whenever you give your blood. Make sure you.
I don't give blood, by the way.
Yeah, and we shouldn't. We shouldn't. If there's nothing physically like ailing us and to the point that we're in pain, you shouldn't really be giving your blood just to be giving your blood. You should know exactly why you're giving your blood and why you should, and if it will help, because a lot of times our physicians and our doctors and specialists say, oh, give blood, and then they want to put us on pills.
Yeah.
But we have to be proactive in understanding, okay, if you're saying that my liver is dysfunctioning, then that means I need to start eating more bok chow, or start eating more leafy greens, or start eating certain herbs like corn flour that would naturally detox my liver, burdock root. I mean, these things that we can look up on the internet and even go to a herb shop and understand. I mean, you could buy herbs with your EBT card at certain organic markets.
Yeah, that's right.
So definitely utilize your resources and don't say, oh, healthy food is so expensive. No, the places that you're going, if you're not shopping local, going to co-ops, yes, they can be very expensive. But you just have to go through the journey. I think we want to always skip the process of learning how to heal ourselves and learning how to seek those resources, and that's just unrealistic.
Nah, that's a fact though. I feel like it's more so people are lazy.
But that part, you can say that again.
Yeah, most people are lazy. So like most people, I feel like that's the thing in the black communities. Most people, a lot of black people will want to wait till they get diabetes, they get a heart issue, they have a heart attack.
Yeah.
They have cholesterol to address the issue rather than just taking care of their health and doing taking the preventative measures before things get bad and take a turn for the worse.
And I think that is the part where we are desensitizing our bodies with the foods that we eat. We're not paying attention to how our bodies feel after we eat food. I feel like any food that gives you the itis after you eat is not a conscious eating choice of food. Right. Anything that doesn't fuel your body but ails it and makes you lay down and take a nap is not conscious eating. I mean, if we're being completely honest, food is medicine. So if you're putting a whole bunch of crap in your body, that's how you're gonna feel. You're gonna feel like crap.
Right.
But when you actually ail your body, especially the ladies, okay, ladies who have, lady problems, or have to go through having fibroids, or have to go through having more mature women, they have hysterectomies. We don't have to go to the extent of removing our organs if we only stop desensitizing our bodies with the foods that we eat.
It makes very much sense. I think I definitely encourage people to definitely prioritize their health this year for sure. Especially when it comes to health, as far as your scalp, every organ that you have on your body. Yes,
and the skin is the largest organ, so just imagine how many people are going through certain things on their body. I mean, whenever I think about my body, my body is a temple, so you have to understand that you're putting crap in your temple and you want it to produce abundance, and that's not realistic. So you keep eating crap, you're gonna get crap. You're gonna get overgrown things on your face. You're gonna get acne. I mean, there's so many women that I see that are beautiful, but their skin shows how much they care about their body.
Yeah.
And I can talk because I was one of them, eating Checkers, eating McDonald's,
that's crazy.
Eating burgers, and every time I came on my cycle, it showed in my skin. And I used to be like, well, I never went through this when I was, a teenager. And people have to realize our bodies are constantly evolving. I mean, so you definitely have to be mindful about the evolution of your body, and what you can do and what you cannot do anymore, and you have to stop. I think people get in bondage to food, in bondage to binge eating, and in bondage to things like Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts and all that stuff that they consider comfort food. I mean, I literally made some lasagna, and you would never think that it was plant-based. Right. It tastes just like the regular lasagna, but it was.
How long have you been in the hair business?
Oh my goodness. Since I was 15.
15, yeah.
15, so that's almost 20 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I've been doing hair since I was a little teenager. And I didn't really care to do hair at first. I just did it as a hobby because I like to change my hair a lot. But then as I like started to hang out in these streets, a lot of people started like complimenting my hair and wanted to know who did it. Yeah. And I thought it would be great to start monetizing my skills. Okay. And I started to just experiment with people's hair because they liked the different colors that I did. And I would always push the envelope, you know, with certain trends and make it my own. And yeah, it started to get a little traction. And then I started, I thought it would be best to take it seriously. And I went to hair school. Fresh out of high school, I took a year off of school. And I was like, okay, I think, you know, it's time for me to do something. And at that time, I was on like different sites like Thumbtack.
Really? Thumbtack?
I was on Thumbtack.
That's big in the DC area.
Yeah. And it had just started, so I was getting hits off of Thumbtack.
Is it still popping nowadays?
I don't think it is, but my dad had suggested it, and I was like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll try it. And I did. And I had got a couple of hits off of there, and then I was like, I think I want to just do hair from home because the traveling thing was just too much. Yeah. And so I started to take clients at home, and then I think my dad saw that I was like intentional about it, and he brought me a whole salon for the basement. Okay. And so I had clients like coming in the basement and getting their hair done. I mean, he did like a whole shebang. Like he had the plumber come in and give me a shampoo bowl. He brought me a couch. So like it was like a whole vibe. And yeah, so I did that for about 3 years after hair school, and I did like a couple of photo shoots to promote my work. So I really started to be serious about like getting my name out there, keeping up with the trends, taking classes, traveling to take classes. So I did a lot of investment. But after that kind of like that high of being like I would say like a top stylist in my city, it went down and I didn't know what else to do. So I feel like I reached a cap in that run, and I say, you know, I think I want to try doing hair products. And because I saw that the hair growth like product, like it was just growing, it was booming. Like, you know, when you see trends, you gotta like hop on them and see like where you fit in. And yeah, I wanted to be intentional about the ingredients that I put in my oil. And I didn't realize that it would go from being a hair care solution to a total body wellness until like one of my clients suggested that I start putting the cleanser and the oil on my face to help with my acne. And it cleared my face up in a week. And after that, I was like, I'm not using anything else. I'm just gonna keep making products. And so right now we're just letting it sit, letting it get that, you know, that medicinal use in there. I know you said that your scalp was sore, and a lot of times when we have where it says flakiness, any type of like breakout on our scalp, and it starts to lift up, it's going to be sore because you have to think about like how much of it was caked on your scalp. Right. So we're allowing the scalp to breathe and lift up and let it to let the medicine sit like almost like a topical ointment per se, so that it can really get deep down in those follicles so that it can treat it. A lot of times we don't allow holistic alternatives to work because we're not consistent with them. Right. Consistency is key when using anything, and I always tell people the product will work if you work it. So make sure you follow the label, what it says, because I use my own products, and if somebody comes to me and say it doesn't work, I automatically know you're not following directions. Okay,
so I'm glad you said that. So
okay.
I know you're big on the health. So does your diet have to do with whether because I know a lot of black people tend to buy like health products, nutritional products, but they don't do their part as far as eating right, working out. Does that have a huge role into playing when it comes to hair rejuvenation, hair growth? Because like this basically what I'm trying to say is like, okay, I know I have a problem. I know I have a lack of vitamins and stuff, but I'm gonna buy this product and just use it, and it's gonna work. Without me.
Yeah, it's gonna work, but one thing I will say is we want to get it to the point where it's not reoccurring. So I always let people know, like after I do the blood chemistry report, I also offer meal planning services that will help jumpstart your detoxification process, because you're basically breaking down years of bad eating, and that does not happen overnight. Even if you're a plant-based eater, there's certain herbs that you have to consume every day to obtain those vitamin deficiencies that you may be having that is triggering your scalp to flake up. I know, being diagnosed with premenstrual dysphoric disorder, there's certain herbs that I have to drink every single day because it helps with keeping my iron levels up and my vitamin D up. And it also helps with like pH balance. So my good girlfriend, my kitty down there doesn't always like, you know, we have lady problems like yeast infections, BV, and it's just an overgrown of bacteria, or good bacteria, bad bacteria. And not all the time is it triggered from sex. Most of the time it's triggered because our pH is off. So that's why I always encourage people, like the lemon milk mask is definitely great for if you want to get your scalp back in check from being inflamed. So after we do the cleansing bar, we're going to go into it with the lemon milk mask to help with that inflammation, to cool your scalp. Because I know you said like it's a bit sore, and it's like, yes, because we're lifting that gook up off your scalp. So now we have to cool it down. So everything that we've been doing has been like, you know, invigorating and revitalizing those follicles so that it can open up and put that medicine in it to treat it. And now we're going to cool it down with the lemon milk mask. I mean, you can smell it.
Okay, it smells just like lemon.
Yeah. And it has apple cider vinegar, lemongrass, horsetail. Horsetail is great. It's not how it sounds. It's not literally a horsetail. I had to explain to Eli, it's not literally a horsetail. The actual plant looks like a horsetail if you look it up. But horsetail is great, not only for products, but also to consume. I make a great, I call it moon cycle juice. And it's pineapple juice, chlorella, spirulina, and also horsetail. And these are great for urinary tract infections, keeping that good pH with your good girlfriend. And it definitely, any symptoms of yeast or BV, it works better than the prescriptions that they prescribe us. So definitely make sure that you guys keep herbs anywhere in your house. I have a arsenal full of herbs.
I'm saying.
And I go to those before I take any prescription. And I recently just had a visit to my gynecologist, and she was like, if it works for you, then keep doing it. And you want your doctor to say that. So we definitely have to be knowledgeable about healing ourselves with what's around us, and not just automatically running to that prescription, because that's only a temporary fix. And if something is reoccurring, then that means it's something you're eating and consuming or putting on your skin.
Okay, yeah. All right, so if people like want to reach out to you as far as hair rejuvenation services, hair loss, or simply doing the hair, or just the products, how do they reach out to you?
So definitely follow us on Instagram at YokiNation_Inc. And there you will have like updated our events. We post events. I also have yokihairstudio.as.me, and that's where you can actually be intentional about healing yourself. I offer ebooks as well, and we do wholesale orders. So you can contact us at yokihairproducts@gmail.com, and you can buy sets that you can introduce to your family, or just stay gainfully stocked with your favorites. And yeah.
Nah, that's lit. That's lit. So what's next?
So we're gonna rinse you out, and then we're gonna put the mask in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bet. So we'll probably get some of that as well too, or the aftermath.
Yeah, we're gonna get the aftermath. So like, rinse out after we rinse out the mask.
Okay. Yo, what's up, YouTube? So, well, not even YouTube. Hold up, we just gonna start over in one take. Yo, what's up? What's up, everybody on the podcast? So, I hope you guys enjoyed my mini interview with Akilah. One of my favorite interviews by far. I wish I could have got it in studio, but whenever I got a camera and whenever I got my equipment, we're gonna get it in. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely reach out to her if you guys need any scalp treatment, scalp rejuvenation. Check out my scalp. She redid my hair and healed my scalp and everything. All my dandruff is pretty much gone. And then also she gave me some wonderful product to help heal my scalp. Also, I do want to say that along with you guys reaching out to her for services in reference to healing your scalp, make sure you guys do not forget that a lot of the health issues that we go through are mainly because of our diet. So definitely take heed of addressing what you're eating on a daily, and also try to go to the gym. Start going to the gym daily and whatnot. But try to do things that would change your life, and then do it in increments. You don't gotta go cold turkey at once, but try to do it in increments. I hope you guys like this episode. If you're on YouTube, definitely like, subscribe, and share. If you're on the podcast, I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna love this episode. It's probably one of my first real in-depth vlog episodes that I've done in about 3 years. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And matter of fact, before you even go, definitely got to get a close-up on the products I got. Let's see. Nyuki, and also her company name is Nyuki Hair Studio. So you guys can look her up on Instagram and get all, the good products and good stuff from her and whatnot. So I got the Purity moisturizer bar to moisturize my scalp, and then I also have the actual shampoo soap that's actually it's gonna purify my scalp and actually help get rid of the dandruff. And then also I have the Purity moisturizer oil. That's for my actual locks and hair, beneficial for hair growth, etc. And then I have the actual, stuff that actually gets busy. So definitely reach out to her for sure. Show her some love. Tell her I sent you. But yeah, I hope you guys like this episode. I got more vlog style podcasts on the way. Definitely gonna tap in with a lot more people in the beauty industry, but also in the wellness industry. For you guys who probably don't know, outside of selling oils, we do sell wellness products as well. The essential oil blends, the shea butter, whipped shea butter lotion, to help heal people. So definitely want to start capturing more of the health and wellness, as that's one of my things that I'm highly interested in which I've been in. My mom's a doctor, etc. But yeah, this has been Eli's Viewpoint. I don't even know what episode we're on, but yeah, hope you guys like it. definitely subscribe, share it to somebody. I appreciate all 14, or well, we probably had like 15,000 listeners. I appreciate every last one of you. If I could, you know, meet all of you in one place, we'll probably do something in the future to where I can meet all of you guys. But definitely appreciate the podcast community, all 15,000 plus of you. Let's try to get to 100,000 downloads, 100,000 subscribers this year for sure. But yeah, that was my 2 cents. Definitely check out the hair if you're watching this on Spotify, podcasting, Spotify video. But yeah, but my scalp looks amazing. It feels amazing too. But yeah, that's it. We out.